Hello, adventurers. Today is May 25th, and it is Africa Unity Day. Thank you so much for joining me today and for watching this video. Um, Nana and I are going to be doing a series of vlogs. We've listened to the feedback, and people want to hear more from us on video. So at some point, she and I will discuss that together so that we can forge ahead as adventurers and do some more interactive stuff visually. But today, because it is Africa Unity Day, I want to discuss something that has become very near and dear to my heart. Actually, that topic is the overall goal of adventures. I mean, of course, we want to give women a safe space to discuss things sexually. We want to provide education. We want to do activism. But at the end of the day, adventures is about providing and giving a guide to bigger, better, longer orgasms. That's it. That's what we do. We are in hot pursuit of orgasms. And so, because it is Africa Unity Day, I want us all to commiserate as adventurers with Iara Fortes. Who is Iara Fortes, you ask? Well, some of you are cross readers of Mind of Malika, the mom blog, and I wrote about Iara Fortes about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and she got married to. She's a 32-year-old Cape Verdean air stewardess or former stewardess who got married to Governor Oshiomhule. I'm just going to call him Governor from now on because I don't want to butcher anybody's name. And when she's gorgeous, I mean stunning, absolutely beautiful woman. And he's 63, absolutely like it's like night and day. Not a good looking man at all. And you know, I was like, how did this man marry this woman? Because I don't know about the rest of Africa, but in Ghana, a woman doesn't marry a man. A man marries a woman. You know, it's like there's no agency over our bodies. Like even in marriage cry, we don't even have a choice. But I was like, even in that cry, how did this toady man marry this woman? And of course, people meaning usually men or mostly men in this situation were like, oh, it's because he's a governor, he has money. I'm like, nah, money doesn't explain this. Because there are too many other good looking, single, eligible men with money as well. I mean, this guy, like, nah. So I want to give a shout out to MX5 who broke it all the way down for me and helped me understand how this became possible. I'm going to put a link to the blog here on Adventure so that you can go through some of the pictures from their wedding, or you can also do your own search online. So I was like, and I went through some possible scenarios of how this might happen. You know, maybe he's a nice guy, maybe he was a rebound, maybe there was juju involved. It was none of those things. It was none of those things. And the governor himself at their wedding reception told us how it happened. So what we discovered, or what MX5 discovered, and that's her code name, is that patriarchy, manipulation, religious guilt, and probably some juju were at play. So let me just read the report for what happened so that you can hear this for yourself. Edo State Governor Adams Oshiomhole has made yet another shocking revelation about his new wife, Iara Fortes, saying he met her as a virgin. The comrade governor made the revelation during their wedding Thanksgiving service. He said, I can boldly tell all of you that I was a very principled man during my first marriage. I didn't succumb to the worldly pleasures of this lustful environment, even though I had lots of opportunities. And it was this principled sobriety that made me fish for a virgin wife. I can boldly tell you that I was the first man to know her, Iara Fortes, and initiated her into the worldly ways. This is the kind of spirit I want Ido youth to inculcate. Boy. Instead of messing around and engaging in different shades of adultery and fornication. My friend, you were fornicating with Iara before you married her. So what are you talking about? I mean, you're a hypocrite. So we know exactly what happened. This old man who, probably represented a grandfather to her was on the plane when she was serving him. He was like, oh, you're very beautiful. Here, let me take my card. Call me anytime, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay. Because now we know she's a virgin. So, there's a little bit of naivety in there. Um, some kind of way, maybe they forged a friendship. Maybe not even a friendship. They just got acquainted or whatever. I don't know what he said to her. I don't know if he date raped, drugged her. I don't know if he like knocked her out, but some kind of way he had penetrative sex with her and took her virginity. Now, this is Africa, right? So here come the mind games. Well, you're a 32-year-old woman and now you're deflowered and nobody's going to want you. And, so you might as well marry me. Now, if you're a woman and you've held on to your virginity for 32 years, there's a reason for that. And especially if you're that gorgeous, it's not just because there was an opportunity. I'm sure there were guys hitting her on her all the time. But in her mind, she was probably like, I'm going to hold on to my virginity until I get married. It's rare that people actually do that anymore, but there are people who do hold on to their virginities until they get married. So now this guy has taken her virginity, and she's like, well, I always said the first person I was going to have sex with was going to be my husband. And now this guy, I've had sex with him before he's my husband. I might as well marry him. And that is how a beautiful woman gets stuck with a toad like this. This woman will never nut in her entire life. She will never achieve an orgasm. And I want us all to pray for Sister Iara Fortes. Look at the way he was even holding her hand to put the ring on her finger. He wasn't holding her with care and love and admiration. And look at how he embarrassed her in front of all the guests, talking about how he was the one who took her virginity and initiated her into the worldly ways. This man doesn't love this woman. She is a trinket. She is a trophy. And she will never nut. She will never have an orgasm. She will never come. And this dude, at the age of 63, his mother was at the wedding, which means longevity runs in his family. So for 20 good years, this woman will have to fake an orgasm with this man. This is not living. This is not life. This is not God. It's too late for Iara. But please, sisters, young and old and young, whether you are 32, 22, 52, please do not ever feel compelled to marry someone just because he has taken your virginity. Especially if he looks like Governor Oshomiola. You'd be like, can you, ha! Oh, babe, oh, that's just your face. I thought it was a spirit coming for me. Can you imagine waking up to that every morning? No. So let this be a cautionary tale to our young women. Just because some dude comes along and takes your virginity, it does not mean that you have to marry him. It's just, we used to feel the same way about pregnancy. We used to feel that, oh, because I'm pregnant by this guy, now I have to marry him. Not the case. Not the case anymore. Same thing with this. Just because he took your virginity does not mean you have to marry him. Life is too short not to have orgasms. Please leave your thoughts below, and we are looking forward to doing more videos. And happy Africa You today, y'all.